Archangel Michael is standing near you with a message that carries both weight and tenderness, for this revelation will reach into the deepest part of your soul. Be ready, because what is about to be spoken will make your heart tremble and your eyes overflow, not with weakness but with the truth you have long needed to hear. This is about your son, the one whose life has been tied so closely to your own, the one whose journey has stirred both your greatest hopes and your deepest fears. You have wondered, you have prayed, you have asked heaven silently in the night, and now Archangel Michael himself has been sent to answer. Your son has been walking under a shadow that you could not always see, yet heaven saw every tear, every silent cry, every battle he faced. There were moments you thought he was far, moments you feared he was lost, moments when your heart ached with questions you could not ask aloud. But Michael says, your son is not forgotten. He has been carried when he could not walk, he has been lifted when he could not rise, and he has been shielded when storms tried to consume him. The weight you felt in your heart was not imagination, it was a spiritual burden that is now being lifted, for heaven has chosen this moment to release clarity. This will make you cry, because the truth is more powerful than what your eyes have seen. Your son carries a destiny that has been under attack, yet every attack has failed because his name is written in divine protection. The mistakes, the distance, the silence, they were never meant to define him. They were only chapters, not the whole book. And Michael says the book is not finished. There are pages yet to be written, and those pages will shock you with joy, healing, and restoration. What you thought was lost will return, what you thought was broken will be rebuilt, and what you thought was hidden is being revealed now. Archangel Michael whispers, your son is chosen. Chosen not to be crushed by life, but to stand as proof that grace always wins. The tears you shed will not be wasted, they will become seeds of miracles that bloom before your very eyes. You will cry hard, yes, but your tears will cleanse you, your tears will heal you, your tears will water the soil where a new future for your son is already taking root. Every force that tried to silence his purpose is already being removed, every shadow that lingered is dissolving, every chain that held him back is breaking. Do not move away from this moment, for heaven is speaking directly to your heart. Stay, listen, let these words flow into your spirit until the pain turns into peace. Share this message so that others may know they are not alone in their struggles with their children. Subscribe so you never miss the voice of divine guidance again. And comment to declare, my son is protected, my son is chosen, my son will rise. For today, Archangel Michael has spoken, and tomorrow you will see with your own eyes the tears of sorrow transform into tears of joy. Archangel Michael leans closer, his voice carrying both fire and gentleness, and he says the truth that will pierce your heart with such intensity that you cannot hold back the tears. Your son is not what the world has tried to label him as. He is not defined by mistakes, by rumors, or by failures. He is not lost beyond hope, and he is not abandoned. Your son is marked by heaven, his name is written in the book of destiny, and no force on earth can erase it. You may have thought the distance between you and him was permanent, but Michael declares that the bond heaven has created cannot be severed. What you thought was slipping away is about to be restored before your eyes. You have carried a heaviness for him in secret, a pain that only you and God truly know. There were nights when you prayed until your voice broke, when you whispered his name into the silence, wondering if heaven even heard. And today, Michael's presence is the answer. Every prayer was heard, every tear was counted, every cry was written into the story. Your son was never alone, not even when you feared he was. Angels stood guard when you could not, angels carried him when your arms were too weak, and angels whispered strength when the world was too loud. Be ready, because your tears will not just fall from sadness, they will fall from relief. The relief of knowing that your son's path is turning, that the shadows are lifting, that the future you feared is being rewritten. The son you worried about is being reshaped by unseen hands, and though you may not have seen the progress with your eyes, heaven has been building it behind the scenes. You will cry hard, yes, but these will be tears that cleanse your soul of fear and replace it with faith unshakable. Archangel Michael says, your son is not ordinary. He is chosen to rise where others fall. He is chosen to carry light where others stumble. He is chosen to be a testimony, not a tragedy. You must believe this even when your eyes have seen otherwise. For the truth is greater than the appearance. The truth is louder than the lies. The truth is already unfolding, and soon, you will see with your own eyes what heaven has declared from the beginning, that your son is destined, protected, and victorious. Stay here, do not rush away, because these words are medicine for your soul. Share this message with someone who needs to hear about the miracle for their child. Subscribe so that you never miss a revelation sent directly to heal your heart. And comment boldly, my son will rise, my tears will turn to joy, my family is protected. For Archangel Michael is not only speaking, he is standing with you, and his presence is the sign that everything concerning your son is being rewritten for glory. Archangel Michael's voice grows stronger, echoing like thunder wrapped in compassion, and he declares that your son carries a hidden strength that has not yet been seen. He says, do not measure your son by what he looks like right now, measure him by what heaven has already spoken over him. You have seen his struggles, you have seen his silence, you have seen his weakness, but heaven has seen his destiny, his future, his crown. Your son has been walking through a storm, but storms do not last forever, and this one is about to clear. The rain that once made you weep will soon water the very seeds of greatness planted within him. There is a reason your tears come so quickly when you think of him, because your soul knows his life is a battle between darkness and light. You have carried the weight of that battle, sometimes feeling like you are fighting it alone. But Archangel Michael reveals that you were never fighting alone. He himself has stood guard over your son, drawing his sword against unseen enemies, cutting down shadows that tried to claim him. Every tear you cried became a weapon in heaven's hand, and every prayer you whispered was turned into a shield around your son's life. Be ready, because what comes next will break you open in tears but also heal you in the deepest way. Your son is stepping into a season where hidden chains are being shattered. The doubts that clouded his mind are dissolving, the influences that pulled him away are losing power, and the path that seemed broken is being straightened. What you thought was impossible will soon become undeniable. You will see with your own eyes that he is not only protected, he is chosen to rise higher than even you dared to imagine. This revelation will make you cry, but your tears will not be wasted tears of despair. They will be holy tears, cleansing tears, tears of release. Tears that mark the moment where sorrow gives way to joy, where fear gives way to hope, where heaviness gives way to peace. Archangel Michael says, "Your son is a miracle in motion." Every step he takes, even the ones that looked wrong, are being redirected toward the destiny written for him since the beginning. Do not let this pass you by. Hold this message as proof that heaven sees your pain and has not abandoned your son. Share it so others who cry for their children may find hope. Subscribe so that the flow of these divine revelations never ends in your life. And comment to declare with boldness, "My son is protected, my son is chosen, my son will rise higher than the world expects." For today, the heavens are speaking through Michael, and tomorrow, your tears will tell the story of how sorrow was transformed into joy through the miracle of your son. Archangel Michael's words now carry the weight of eternity, and he says, "The bond between you and your son is written in heaven's book, and no force can erase it. You have carried him in your heart even when he seemed far, you have prayed for him even when you had no answers, you have wept for him in silence when no one else could see. Those tears did not vanish into nothing, they rose like incense before the throne, and heaven responded. That is why you are hearing this now, because the time for answers has come. Your son is not lost, he is being shaped. He is not forgotten, he is being prepared. He is not broken beyond repair, he is being rebuilt into someone far stronger than you thought possible." Michael whispers, "Every moment of pain, every season of confusion, every wrong turn has been redirected into the hands of heaven. What looked like delay was protection. What looked like weakness was planting humility. What looked like distance was preparing a return that will leave you in tears of joy. Be ready, because the tears you shed soon will not be the same tears of fear you cried before. These tears will fall because you will see him rise. You will see him stand in places you never imagined. You will see him speak words that carry power and truth. You will see the very child you worried over become a testimony that inspires others. Your son is not a burden, he is a miracle unfolding slowly, like a flower opening in its season. And his season is arriving now. Yes, this will make you cry hard, because you will feel the weight of release. You will see that all the nights of worry were not wasted, that all the whispers of prayer were not ignored. Heaven has been moving all along, even when your eyes could not see it. Archangel Michael has guarded him with a sword drawn, keeping back forces that would have destroyed him. And now Michael says, the fight is turning in your favor. Your son will not be defeated. He will walk in his calling. Do not take this lightly. This is not just a message, it is a confirmation that your tears are turning into testimony. Share it with others who cry for their children. Subscribe so that every future revelation reaches your heart. And comment boldly, "My son is protected, my son is chosen, my son is rising now." For today Archangel Michael speaks life, and tomorrow your own eyes will witness the miracle you have prayed for through your son. Archangel Michael stretches his wings wide, and his voice falls like waves of fire and comfort, declaring, "The child you call your son has been held in my hands even when you feared he was slipping away. You thought the silence meant abandonment, you thought the distance meant loss, but heaven was never absent. The very moments that broke your heart became the moments angels stood closest, shielding him from destruction. You cannot see all the battles that were fought for him, but you will see the victory that is about to break open. Your son carries a light that darkness tried to cover, but light cannot be hidden forever." Michael says, your son is walking toward a turning point that will surprise everyone who doubted him. The pain you felt for him was not wasted, it was intercession, it was your soul standing in the gap. Every tear you dropped for him became a river cleansing his path. Every prayer you whispered in the night became an anchor holding him steady when he could have drifted too far. Heaven has honored your cries, and now the results will be visible before your eyes. This revelation will make you cry harder than you ever have, because the truth will not only touch your heart, it will transform it. You will cry because the burden you carried is being lifted. You will cry because the fear you lived with is dissolving. You will cry because what you thought was broken beyond repair is being restored more beautifully than you dreamed. Michael says, your son is not walking into ruin, he is walking into redemption. The mistakes of his past will not define his future, because his destiny is sealed in divine ink. Be ready to watch him rise, to watch him surprise even himself with the strength he will carry. The same son you wept over will become the son you rejoice over. The same son you feared for will become the son you thank heaven for. His path is shifting, his steps are being redirected, and soon you will see that every shadow was temporary, every silence was preparation, every heartbreak was planting seeds of a greater harvest. Do not turn away now, for this message is shaping the hope you will soon see with your own eyes. Share this word so that others carrying the weight of their children may find relief. Subscribe so that every message of light continues to reach you. And comment boldly, my son is chosen, my tears will be joy, my family is protected by heaven. For Archangel Michael has spoken, and when his words fall, nothing can stop them from becoming reality. Archangel Michael's voice deepens like a trumpet sounding in the heavens, and he says, the heartache you carried for your son has reached its ending point. What once bent your soul in grief is now bending toward restoration. You thought your tears were wasted, but every single one became a seed in the soil of his destiny. They watered the ground until the moment heaven was ready to sprout a miracle. That moment is now. Be ready, because when you see it, your tears will flow harder than ever before, not from fear, but from overwhelming joy that cannot be contained. Your son has walked through valleys where you could not reach him, but he was never unguarded. Michael reveals that he stood over your son like a warrior at the gate, refusing to let darkness consume him. There were nights when you feared he was gone too far, but those were the very nights heaven held him closest. You did not see the angels removing traps, you did not hear the swords cutting chains, you did not know the hidden battles fought on his behalf, but you will see the result. The result is a son who rises, who stands, who shines. This is why the message feels so heavy, why it stirs your spirit so deeply. Because the truth is this, your son's story is not ending in sorrow. His story is unfolding into glory. His path has been redirected, his wounds are being healed, his heart is being mended. Archangel Michael says, your son is stepping into his true identity. The lies will fall away. The shame will break. The chains will snap. He will walk not as one defeated, but as one chosen. Yes, you will cry when you see it happen, because the relief will wash over you like a flood. You will cry because the pain you held in silence is finally answered. You will cry because the prayers you whispered in darkness are being shouted back in light. But those tears will not weaken you, they will cleanse you. They will remind you that heaven never abandoned your son, that the fight was never lost, that love from above never failed. Do not move away from these words. Hold them as your proof, your sign, your promise. Share this message so that other parents with heavy hearts may also find hope. Subscribe so that the stream of revelation never leaves your home. And comment to declare, my son will rise, my son is chosen, my son is untouchable under heaven's shield. For today Archangel Michael delivers this truth, and tomorrow you will stand in awe as your tears of sorrow turn into tears of victory through the miracle of your son. Archangel Michael stands as a blazing figure of light, his sword lifted high, and his words fall like fire into your spirit. The child you call your son is written in the scrolls of heaven, and nothing on earth can erase his destiny. You have carried the weight of worry for him like a silent storm inside your chest, but the heavens want you to know, those worries are now turning into wonders. The battles that seemed endless are being overturned, and the path that looked broken is being repaired stone by unseen hands. Michael reveals that your son was never alone, not even in his weakest hour. Every shadow that tried to cling to him was met by the light of angels. Every dark voice that tried to mislead him was drowned out by whispers of heaven. You thought he was slipping, but in reality, he was being held tighter than ever. The reason you wept so deeply is because your soul already knew what heaven was protecting. Your son carries a fire that cannot be put out, and that fire is about to burst into the open. Be ready, because when it happens, you will cry harder than you ever have, not with sorrow, but with release. Release of years of heaviness. Release of fears you carried in silence. Release of the weight that pressed on your heart every time you looked at him and wondered about his future. Those tears will wash away the pain and baptize you into joy. They will prove that heaven has been listening all along. They will confirm that your son's destiny is not destruction but redemption. Michael says, your son is marked as a living testimony. He will rise from the very places you feared he would fall. He will carry strength out of the same struggles that once made you ache. He will bring comfort to others through the story that once brought you sleepless nights. The very child you worried over will become the man heaven uses to silence doubt, to bring healing, to prove that light always wins. Do not skip this moment, for these words are written to heal your heart as much as they reveal his future. Share this message so that parents in pain may find the same hope. Subscribe so you never miss the flow of angelic truth again. And declare boldly in the comments, my son is chosen, my son is rising, my son is a miracle unfolding before my eyes. For Archangel Michael has spoken, and when Michael speaks, the earth must bow to heaven's decree. Your son's story is not ending, it is just beginning, and it will make you cry tears of uncontainable joy.